Hola, hola, hola. Hello, 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 my beautiful planner babe divas. Welcome back to the channel. It's your girl here, Daniela, La Planning Diva. Thank you so much for stopping by and spending some time with me here today. It's really good to see you. It's kind of late. This is probably gonna go up a little bit later in the day. It's in the evening after work. It's probably close to 7 p.m. and I just haven't gotten around to filming until now. I've been really good about filming every single day, releasing a video every single day. I hope you've been enjoying them. It is a lot of work, but I'm having a lot of fun and it's really helping me push my creativity, exercise those creative muscles. But yeah, things got busy. I just didn't get a chance to film yesterday or this morning. And so now I'm filming today. I mean, right now, and it might go up a little late, but I'm pretty sure I can get it up before the end of the day. Oh my goodness, there's ants crawling all over my crafty table. That's so annoying. And I figured I could do a quick little video, something fast, but something I've been wanting to do for a while now. And in this video, I'm going to be doing a little zine flip through the first zine I ever made, which is my Think Pink zine, the ultimate guide to the world of pink. This is the first zine I ever made. I made it probably around 2 years ago, and I'm very excited about it. And I've always wanted to share it more on my channel with you guys and do a little flip through, and that's what I'm gonna do in this video. So I haven't really shared a lot about my zines or zine making in general on this channel, just because I've been a little bit hesitant to share something that I'm still kind of developing and trying to figure out my own personal style. That's just how I am. I tend to not share that process. I tend to wait until I feel like the product is complete or the process is complete and I can share it in all its like wonderful, completed, perfect form. But I'm trying my hardest to stop letting that be barriers to my sharing of my creative process and share more of that authentic journey. So zines have been a big part of my life for a couple of years now. I love zines. I'm a big zinester, zine collector. I go to zine fests. I love zines. And in case you don't know what a zine is, zines are essentially DIY or do-it-yourself, self-made, self-published, locally printed magazine. And they can range greatly. Zines can be like, they encompass such a diverse range of art. They can be about anything and everything. They can be a lot of text. They can be a lot of images. They can be a combination of both. They can cover all sorts of topics. There's no rules to zines except they're not published through traditional mainstream publishing agencies. Their nature kind of rests in the concept of being DIY, of being sort of handmade, hand-drawn. They're published in limited quantities. They're kind of niche. It's hard to define what a zine is because they are such chameleons. They can literally be anything. And there's an active culture surrounding zines. There's a whole community of zinesters and people who read, appreciate, trade, sell, buy zines. I've been in the community for a while now. I have a lot of zines. I have a big zine library. And I've always wanted to do my own, but I just never sat down and committed to full-on projects. And I actually was able to complete this zine because I was part of a zine club in Los Angeles. Shout out to the El Gallo Giro Zine Club that was founded by Blanquis the Creative. She's an amazing zinester, artist, person in general. She was so kind and sweet. I had a great time at her zine club. I went for probably close to a year, but unfortunately, I stopped going just because I live so far away. The only reason I was able to go in the first place was because I worked remotely half of the time and I worked in Riverside as well. And so the drive from Riverside to Los Angeles is not as bad as the drive from Los Angeles to San Diego. And my schedule is just a lot more flexible. So I was able to drive up there, take that long drive. But once I moved back down to San Diego and started working in San Diego, it was just such a long commute. So I stopped going. But I miss it so much. It was such a great experience. I hope one day I can go again. And I'm currently looking for a San Diego Zine Club as well. But thanks to that zine club, I was able to finish and complete the zine, as well as another zine that I'll show you in my next zine flip through video. But it really got me going, and it got my creativity flowing, and I felt I kind of understood how I like to make zines, what the process was of zine making for me personally. And I've never looked back. So you're definitely going to see a lot more zine videos from me on the channel. I hope you enjoy. I'm definitely leaning into being a zine artist, a zinester. So you'll see a lot more from me on that account. And I also recently applied to be a vendor at the San Diego Zine Fest and the Phoenix Zine Fest. So if I get approved, I think it's a lottery system to be selected to be a vendor. If I get approved, I would have my own little table where I can sell my zines, which would be amazing. At Zine Fests, people sell all kinds of crafty things, like people sell stickers, bookmarks, notebooks, post-it notes, buttons, magnets, t-shirts. It's just like a whole crafty art fest, but it's mostly centered around zines. So wish me luck. We'll see if I get selected in the lottery process to be a vendor. It would be a lot of work, but it would definitely be the motivation I need to work on my zines and get my zines printed. So without further ado, that was a really long intro. Let's turn the camera around and I'm gonna give you a little tour, a little flip through of my Think Pink zine. Vamonos. Okay, so here we are, divas, with my Think Pink zine and my little zine bag that I love carrying my zines around. So let's zoom in a little bit because this is a smaller canvas that I'm working on. So this is the original Think Pink zine, the original copy. So how I like to make zines is I make the original copy and then I make prints of it on cardstock or on paper, and that is what I sell or I vend at events. So this here is my little Think Pink zine in its little packaging, and I have a little about me. This is still very much a work in progress. This is kind of like a prototype of how I want my zines to look, but this is the original copy, and you can tell because it is kind of beat up, honestly. There's a little bit of roughness to it, but I think that kind of just captures the essence of zines. I really like that feeling that you can tell that a human being with two hands made this, and it has a lot of energy to it. You can see the stains of the adhesive glue that leaked out when I taped some or glued some washi tape to be the spine here. There's a lot of imperfections with my zines, but I think again that shows its human quality. The name of this zine is Think Pink, and the tagline is "Enter the pulsating pink world, the official guide to the world of pink." It actually says "the" over here, but I accidentally covered it when I put the binding down. So now it just says "official guide to the world of pink." So the name of this zine, Think Pink, comes from an old-timey song slash movie. I forget exactly what the movie is and what the song is, but my sister-in-law sent me this video of this old-timey, not super old-timey, but more vintage, an earlier movie, where this lady is like dancing around and in pink, and there's like everything in the scene is pink, and she keeps on saying "Think Pink," and it's all about being pink. So she sent that to me because it reminded her of me. And I chose to make a zine about pink because if anyone knows me, probably one of the first things that they will say about me is that I wear a lot of pink. I surround myself with pink, and my favorite color is pink. And people always ask me why I surround myself with pink, why I leaned so heavily into this color as part of my identity and personality, and the zine sort of explores that. So this zine, it was constructed on pink cardstock, and there's a lot of scrapbook paper, pink scrapbook paper, and other types of scrapbook paper. So this piece right here is scrapbook paper, and it's on pink cardstock. The spine is washi tape, and then I drew this with pen, and then I also added some neon pink pen and some blue as well, and just some other colors. And yeah, a lot of this zine is very mixed media. There's a lot of stickers, paper, ink, stamps, pen, pencil. Yeah, it's very, very mixed media. Oh, we're actually gonna have to, let's see. I might go page by page. So let's open this up. It's a bit long. Let's see if I can move this. So, I just made the zine be like a collection of musings and thoughts about the color pink. There wasn't a lot of rhyme or reason or order to the pages. I just kind of had a thought for one page and I kind of meditated on it. The text in here is somewhere in between poetry and creative writing. So I'll go page by page and I'll read out loud each page. So this page reads, "One day I began to turn pink. It started at the tip of my finger and worked its way through my soul. A pink pit opened and swallowed me. A bubblegum world opened. Pulsating pink waves vibrated through me. Sweet, tender, aching mercy, gripped in pink, stretched in pink, in love, in pink." So just a little poetry about how it felt to turn pink, to commit my life to this color. And why did I commit my life to this color? This page kind of explores that a little bit. Pink is the color of love and of forgiveness. It is the spirit of grace and sacrifice. To show such levels of love requires strength and compassion, but it is not without reward. The more pink the soul, the sweeter the spirit. So this all kind of came about because I started realizing that there was something about the color pink and rose quartz crystals in particular that really resonated with me. I did not grow up loving pink. It was probably one of my least favorite colors. But at some point when I was 27, I started realizing that I was feeling very, very drawn to this color. I loved wearing it. I loved how it looked on me. I loved the energy that I felt when I looked at the color. And I started reading more about pink in terms of its spiritual properties, its metaphysical properties, and also about the stone, the crystal, rose quartz, and what rose quartz stands for. And it's essentially the quintessential crystal of love and compassion and forgiveness. And these are all beautiful things that I felt I really needed in my life and that I felt brought a lot of good into the world. And so I started wearing it more, and it helped remind me to really lean in towards the spirit of love. And that's why I turned pink, you guys. Okay, second page. I am a little soul in this big world. I am one beautiful note in a symphony of music. And when I vibrate in love and forgiveness, I align with the purpose of consciousness and existence. When I dedicated my life to this color, it was to remind me of this. I wear and breathe pink because I choose to study it and practice it. Its beauty fills me and heals me, and my God, do I need to heal. All the world needs healing. All the world needs pink. And so I will continue to spread the pink, pulsating energy that I fell in love with to all those that would choose to gaze on this sweet color. And here I just have a little stamp with this like pink pulsating energy coming through the open doors. I use some clean color dot markers to give a little pattern here, some more stamping. And then on this page, we have some scrapbook paper, some stamps, some clean colored dot markers. And I wrote, "To know pink is to sink into the total glory of forgiveness and compassion. Pink cleanses, pink purifies, pink softens, pink heals." Flip the page. I really like this one here. It looks so cute. So on this page, I have a little sticky note. It says, "Have you ever been this deep into pink?" That was kind of cheeky little question because I feel like pink sometimes gets a little bit dismissed. It's such a bright, bubbly color that's associated with the hyper feminine, and I think pink, because of that, gets dismissed a lot. And so I wanted this zine to be really an invitation to anyone who is reading it to really meditate on this color, think deeply about this color and what it stands for. And regardless of your personal preferences and your personal perceptions of this color, really lean into understanding it and celebrating it and applying it both physically in terms of, color, but also spiritually to your life. When I let myself turn pink, I relinquished control. I gave myself fully and completely to a pink passion. I dedicated my life, my soul, my heart to this pink dream. Every cell, every molecule, every thought drenched in pink. I couldn't rest until everything was pink. I cast out all colors except for this soft pastel delicacy. So I wanted this section to actually be a little bit cautionary, I guess is the word I'm looking for. I did want to talk about how it was a complete dedication, you guys. I essentially got rid of every single piece of clothing in my closet, even ones that I really like, in order to have a 100% pink wardrobe. I just fully, almost obsessively explored this color. And while that in itself has its advantages, it also has its disadvantages. I kind of wanted to speak to this sort of obsessiveness that kind of gripped my life, especially when I was first studying and meditating, spending time in deep reflection on this color. I wanted to capture some of that obsessiveness. And because I focused so much on the study and meditation on this one color ray, I did not explore any other color. And each color has its own equally important spiritual, metaphysical properties and knowledge that it can teach us. So I wanted to point a little bit to that in this little section here. And then over here, I just have a bunch of little pink sticky notes, just a little random collection of thoughts and ideas. This one says, and I reveled in this pink persuasion. A perfect pink obsession turned into odyssey. A pink pistol, a pink pistol, a pink piston. And so here I have pistol and pistol spelled differently. So pistol kind of being like a weapon and pistil being like the anatomical reproductive part of a flower. I like playing with alliteration, a lot of P's. Perfect pink, pink persuasion, pink pistol, pink piston. And then over here I wrote, I became the Pink Panther on a pink prowl. And instead of I drew a little I. Just funny little touches here and there. This was definitely like a random little collection of, random thoughts that kind of floated through my mind while I was creating this. Turn the page, then we have these two pages, and on the left I wrote, pink is a great teacher and has much to share. First and foremost, pink teaches us to forgive. When we forgive, we release anger, resentment, grief, judgment. We escape from the grip of ego. Our entire soul relaxes. The whole world opens to receive us with a sweetness and tenderness reminiscent of the womb. And we have a little llama with the glasses because she's the teacher here, the pink teacher. And on this side, we just have a little Lisa Frank sticker. And I wrote, self-love is radical. Except I put is radical above self-love. So you have to kind of read bottom up. Not sure if I love this, but it is what it is. That's another thing about zines, and my zines in particular. Sometimes they're not perfect. Sometimes I look back on them and I don't particularly like what I did, but it captures, what I was feeling like doing at the moment. So I like that. And then here are the last two pages. And then on the left side, I have a little list of acts of love, a list of acts of love. I was kind of inspired by the scrapbook paper I was using as a background. It kind of looked like ruled paper, like that you find in a composition book. So I felt like doing sort of like a list of things, like a to-do list. And these two pages also, I wanted to kind of like suggest some ways that you can start practicing pink in your everyday life. And if you can't tell by now, pink is the color of kindness, love, compassion, and forgiveness. So anything that is an act of love is an act of pink. So I wrote here, smile at a stranger, buy your friend a coffee, tell your mom you love her, give your dog a bone, give a gift, do a coworker a favor, make time for your brother, forgive someone's mistake, give yourself some grace, tell your neighbor they're amazing, give a big tip to the cashier. And it's funny because as I was writing this, by the time I got to the third item, the third act of love, it started to become things that I felt like I needed to do more. I definitely know in my everyday life when I'm not acting to the best of my ability, when I'm not being the kindest, when I'm holding back because of, whatever reason, resentment, bitterness, anger. I know when I'm holding back. I know when I'm not as kind as I could be. And so by the time I got to this third line, I started to write a list of things that I wish that I had more love in my heart to do. And so it started becoming more personal. But I also figured that even if it was deeply personal, it was still pretty generic and universal. And it kind of just goes to show how universal some of these experiences are. And in this box, I wrote, with every act of love, we raise our vibration and we raise our collective vibration higher, which I absolutely believe when we practice love, we're uplifting ourselves, we're making ourselves feel better. And if we all do that, we would live in a better world. And then this little cutie right here is a little Valentine heart that I got from the El Gallo Hiro Zine Club, that Zine Club I was talking about. We actually met, I think, near Valentine's or on Valentine's Day one year. And so Blanquis, like the founder, she handed us all these little cute little hearts, so cute. And I thought it was so fitting to include it in here because I was working on the zine at that time and it was so perfect for the zine. And then the last page that we have here, I wrote 3 spells to invoke pink magic. And I used a bunch of stamps up here to make it look like a little apothecary shelf. And I have 3 little pink actions you can take. Number 1 is envision a pink aura that breathes and pulsates all around you. Sink into the pink. Spell number 2 is wear pink and feel the pink radiate through your skin. And spell number 3 is drink a pink drink and let the pink course through your veins and arteries. I wanted to do 3 really simple things that I felt could be accessible to a lot of people. I feel like a lot of times in spell work, you'll, look at some spells and there'll be 10 ingredients, half of them you don't know where to get. And then there's all these conditions that need to be right and all these steps and lighting candles for 48 hours and so on and so forth. And then all that is great and wonderful and advanced and amazing. But I also think you can be very simple with your spells. And so I wanted to do something just very, very simple and easy, accessible, but also perfectly fine. So we have these 3 little spells to invoke pink magic. And then the back of the zine, I printed out this massive sticker, and it's kind of a little bit of an about me and a thank you. So I wrote, Hola, beautiful. Thank you for picking up one of my zines today. I hope it adds a little bit of whimsy and sunshine to your life. My art is meant to spread joy and happiness. I've always been an artist and journaling girly, but it wasn't until 2019 that I truly discovered the universe of planning, journaling, and of course stickers and zines. It truly changed my life to be able to harness my creative drive and channel it into my professional success and personal growth. I hope that you find the paper world as marvelous and inspirational as I do. And I have my little picture here and my YouTube channel and some little emojis. And I felt like this kind of captured the message of my art across all of my platforms and art forms, like from zines to stickers to journaling and planning and stickering on this channel. I feel like it's all kind of geared or oriented towards the same thing, which is spreading joy and happiness. If someone asks me like, why are you doing this? Why do you have a channel? It's to spread joy and happiness. At the end of the day, that's what it's for. Sharing my art with you guys, that makes me so happy. It's one of the things I really look forward to every single day. And it means so much to me when I get comments or messages from you guys telling me that you really enjoyed my videos, because that is why I do it, you guys. So thank you so much for checking out this Think Pink flip through. And actually, before I let you go, I want to quickly show you what the printed version is. So this is the original copy. I'm going to keep it forever. I'll probably keep it like on my table, like at Zine Fests when I'm vending, as a copy that people can flip through. But the copy that I will be selling will be these copies. And how I have it packaged, I have it packaged in this cute little plastic wrap. I have that sticker on the back as well, which I'm thinking of maybe changing it because it's on the back of the zine and on the back of the packaging as well. So see, it's on the back here, so I might not put it on the back. I'm still figuring out my packaging, you guys. So I printed out, I scanned every single one of these pages and then printed it out on cardstock, like a thicker paper. And then I essentially just stapled it together. And so this is the copied version. Some of the pages are a little wonky, like they're cut off a bit. You can see the white on the edges here, where I stapled kind of eats into the pages a little bit. The colors are not as vibrant, and it's all like one piece of paper. Like in the original, you can definitely tell that there's a lot of texture because, you know, this is the original and it's mixed media. But on these printed versions, like everything feels the same, right? Like there's no texture to it. There's no sticky notes. There's no layers. And it definitely feels different, but this is a printed version, so it makes sense. So there is the printed version. But what I like doing with the printed versions is that I'll add like a little bit of real, I guess you'd say, of real touches to it. So I put a little binding to this zine here. So I stapled it and then I added this little piece of holographic crocodile print scrapbook paper for the spine. It's different from the original, but that's okay. And on the back, I have some washi tape. So this is washi tape that I laid down. And then I put the sticker here, and it's nice and textured on the back. It feels nice. I like when you can feel like the different textures of something. And so that is the printed copy. And that's what people can buy if they find me vending at a Zine Fest. And I love these little like plastic wraps because I can then like, you know, throw in a sticker if I want to. Like throw in a little goodie, a little freebie. So I have my little pink concha sticker that would be perfect to go with the zine. I could sell them as a bundle or just like give out like little freebies here and there. So yeah, that is my Think Pink zine. I hope you guys enjoyed that flip through. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Let me know if you're a zine-ster. I would love to know. And definitely catch me at your local Zine Fest. All right, everyone. I hope to see you in my next video. So until then, stay safe. God bless you. And as always, think pink. Adios.